Hey guys, this is Ed, Paul, and Anna of Current Brand Media, and we are here to tell you a little bit more about our sponsor.
Sportsball is a great subscription service geared towards minor league baseball fans. Each box features a different minor league team.
You get a box every 3 months with minor league baseball gear, including different styles of hats like Ed's favorite, the dad hat. The cost is less than $12 a month.
Proceeds from each box goes to More Than Baseball, the only nonprofit dedicated to the well-being of minor league baseball players.
We all know that Parents' Days are coming up this summer, so if you've got a mom or a dad or a grandma or a grandpa who are particularly difficult to buy for, but you know they're baseball fans, this is the answer, guys.
Meet your new favorite team at sportsballbox.com.
Is there anybody there?
See and hear the history that the stadium does have, because there are so many new stadiums that don't have, someone won a state title here in the 50s or different things like that. And so we get to share that with the community and have that tie that these new stadiums don't get to have.
What's up, Deadhead crew? Ed here. And I wanted to ask you first, before we continue into this episode of the Deadhead Chronicles podcast, I wanted to know, how far would you go to get a job in minor league baseball? What would you do? What were the things that you say that you won't do, but then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I need to get into baseball. Well, guys, in this episode, I got Maddie Meehan. She is the marketing manager for the Down East Wood Ducks. She drove, well, actually, I'll get into that in the episode, but 17 hours from her home all the way to Down East to start a job in minor league baseball. And then, of course, obviously, we talk about some of the things that she's done in minor league baseball, some of the many hats that she's worn. And, we had, obviously, we end up my episode with my famous, not so famous questions. So before I say, without further ado, you know how that goes. I want to let you know that I got a quick little announcement that I'm going to let you guys know. I'm pretty excited about this at the end of the episode, so stay tuned. But now I get to say it. Without further ado, I'll give you the episode. Well, I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Deadhead Chronicles podcast. My name is Ed, and with me today, guys, I have Maddie Meehan. Did I get that right, Maddie?
Yes, that's right.
All right, good. And you are the marketing manager for the Down East Wood Ducks, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. So as for you guys that don't know, the Down East Wood Ducks, they are the single A affiliate of the Texas Rangers. Maddie, first of all, thank you for coming on the podcast. Greatly appreciate that. But I want to start the episode by asking you, how did you become a fan of baseball and of sports overall?
Yeah, so growing up, so I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. Lots of sports there, obviously. And growing up, I played soccer, softball, basketball, and so played all the way through high school. And then, realized I wasn't going to make it to the big leagues, so I knew I wanted to work in sport. And then when I graduated with my master's, it ended up being COVID time. So not a great time to get into sports. But I just honestly went on Teamwork Online, typed in marketing, and just looked for, anything and everything. I came across the Down East Wood Ducks, applied, interviewed, loved it, enjoyed it, and decided to take the job. And now here I am.
That's awesome. And I am very well aware of this website that we call, Teamwork Online, a lot of cool sports jobs. And it's funny that they don't really tell you there that you are the marketing manager, and yet you do many other things in baseball. Isn't it funny how that works?
Yeah, it's all other duties assigned. We got lots of those.
During the day when there's no games, and then obviously during game time, cleaning and all that fun stuff. So it's but I'm sure you have a lot of fun with baseball right now, right?
Yeah, it's a grind for sure. We have 66 home games during the season and then hopefully postseason. So the days can be long, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm very intrigued by this, because obviously not a lot of people have really given me information when it comes to like, hey, this is how I applied. This is what happened. So tell me, when you applied, did you apply to a lot of places? Like, most of us do when looking for a job.
Yeah, honestly, I just went online. I would click a job listing and says, okay, this looks like something I'm qualified for and interested in. Sent out, my resume, cover letter, references, all that to as many people as possible and tried to find, the best fit for me.
Gotcha. So you're from Kansas City, and then all of a sudden they say, like, "Hey, we're hiring. We think you're the right person. Welcome to North Carolina."
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I told all my friends, I just want a job. Doesn't really matter where it is in America. And I got offered the Wood Ducks. They're in little bitty Kinston, North Carolina. I had never been to North Carolina, let alone Kinston.
Mhm.
But I was like, sure, why not? So packed up the car. It's about a 17.5 hour drive and made it out to Kinston.
So it was just you driving that 17 and a half hours, and you're like, "Yep, this is it. Here we go."
Well, I made my parents go with me, so they did most of the driving. But yeah, the three of us just road tripped it out here. We took 2 days and showed up in Kinston.
That's awesome. All right. So tell me, first day with the Wood Ducks, how was that?
It was a little overwhelming. So this was my first official job in sport. Obviously, I'd done internships and things like this, but this was my first, position where I got to make decisions and actually do things. So it was a little scary in the beginning, but it's worked out really well.
All right. So tell me, what's one of the things that, walk me through a daily day of, working with Maddie and with the Wood Dogs.
Yeah, so I mean, on a game day, we come in obviously a little bit later since our games aren't till 7. I run all the between inning games like that the fans get to participate in. So get all the prizes for that, get the sign up sheet for that, all of the waivers. I write the script for our PA guy. So every home game, I'll go in and fix it and tweak it to be
Yeah.
specific for that game day. Make sure we have we have scorecards that we hand out. Make sure all of those are good to go. If we have a giveaway, then I set up, the tables, get all the giveaway items out. And it's just a lot of preparation really for the game. Once the game starts, I do have a game day staff that goes around and signs up, people to participate in the between inning games. And I'm just there to make sure, put out any fires or help where it's needed, really.
All right. Have you pulled a tarp?
Yes, so we started last weekend at home. Thursday was a great day. It was opening day. Friday, we pulled the tarp for the game and then after the game. And then Saturday, we came in, ended up being rained out, so we were able to take the tarp off. So we've pulled it about 4 or 5 times now in the like technically 2 games that we've had.
Isn't it fun working in baseball?
Yeah, I love the random weather.
Welcome to North Carolina. All of a sudden it can rain, out of nowhere. So, okay. So you write the scripts and all that. So like you have like a pre-meeting of like, all right, so here's what we should be thinking about doing for this game, for that game, calling like different people to participate. I'm sure that takes you said like that takes you the bulk of the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I have kind of obviously a rough outline that I know we're going to do the games, obviously between these innings, but it's making sure the sponsors are right, making sure, dates and stuff are updated as they change. If we add anything, sometimes, we'll get sponsors in the middle of the year, halfway through the season, make sure they're put in there, and even making sure the format's correct so that the announcer has the easiest time reading it.
Mm-hmm.
I've also learned that my announcer is kind of like Ron Burgundy. He'll read anything you write down. So it's really important to make sure that everything is correct and up to date.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. It's just just like Ron Burgundy. You just whatever you put on that thing, he's gonna read it, huh?
Yeah, that happened opening day. I had forgot to change it to 2023. And so he read like 3 sentences that were from last year and it didn't even phase him. He just kept on going. He didn't
Keep
even
on
notice.
going. I'm sure the fans were like, it's 2023,
Yep. The lesson learned on that one.
I was like, whoopsie. Now we're gonna have to make sure that we write everything properly. Okay, so how you've been there since a little bit after COVID, obviously. How's that experience been for you as far as being with the team, working in sports?
It's been a lot of fun. So I got here last March, so I've been here a little over a year. This will be my second season with them. And it's been a lot of fun. I get to also schedule all of like our player appearances and mascot appearances.
Mhm.
So it's exciting to obviously do the front office stuff and the business side, but then also getting that interaction with the players and the community. And that's fun to be able to kind of do both.
Well, interesting. So you are the one that, let's say that we have some school wants to have a player meetup. You are that contact for the team.
Yep. So I talk to them. What day do they want? Do you have a specific player? Is the team home? Are they available? Is that player available? Yep. That all goes through me.
Oh, wow. So you got a busy schedule, man.
Yeah. We're a super small organization, so we get to wear lots of hats.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So tell me, which hat what have you done so far? All right. So you've done TARP, you've done obviously interaction with the community, so that you're doing that part, the in between innings. Have you sold merchandise? Have you done the concessions, all of that?
Not as much. I did middle last year start selling like groups and sponsorships and birthday party packages and different packages we do. So I've started selling in that regard. Thankfully, I've not had to help in concessions in any way. But no, I haven't done concessions or merchandise.
That's awesome. I love it. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the team, right? Obviously, you said that it's a small organization. With the Wood Ducks, part of the Texas Rangers, and I'm literally looking here. You're right. There's a handful of you guys that work for the team. But tell me, like, as far as the day to day for everybody's, like, you guys on a non game day, like, do you guys all just show up and then just have your pre meeting? Just give us a little bit of a background, like, behind minor league baseball.
Yeah, so we do a weekly staff meeting every Tuesday, just on game weeks and non-game weeks, just to catch up and what's everyone got going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then really non-game day, we just kind of answer our emails, go take photos of giveaway items, kind of just make content, for social media, or anything we think of to help us during game week, so it's a little less hectic.
Do you handle the social media as well?
Yes.
Oh man, another hat for you.
We have a creative coordinator that helps, but yeah, because we all get TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. So
yeah, but TikTok is blowing up with like these small short videos and things like that. Still haven't gotten into it, but like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop real quick here because I am wrong here. I actually have a TikTok channel. That's right. I do. The Dad Hat 216. Yeah, that just happened. So, all right, back to the interview. As far as, you got Twitter, you got Instagram, Facebook, everybody wants to be part of it. Everybody wants to, see what you guys are doing. So are you using those players to interact with your fans and things like that?
Yeah. So, so we have to be smart about when we're able to interact with them and much content while they're not here.
Gotcha. So pretty much, when it comes to interactions, like you got to let them do their thing first, and then you have to say, okay, let's do a little bit of, video here and there, but we get it. You got to play, you got to concentrate on the game itself, but you guys do most of the other things after that.
Yep. They pretty much just have to show up and play baseball.
Must be nice. I want to play baseball. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of the marketing, because like when it comes to promotion of the merchandise, right? Like, I mean, as you can see behind me, I don't have enough hats. I only have a handful of them, like 5 of them. So like, do you decide on what you guys are going to be promoting on social media here and there? Does it change weekly, monthly? How does that work out?
So during the off season, we had a little bit more time. So we did, I think it was new merch Mondays. So every week we would post 2 or 3 items that were new to the store, to try to get people obviously to buy. And then now we just, whenever we have some free time and we get in some new stuff, like we made a TikTok yesterday and put like 5 different outfits together of our different merch that we have new. So it's just whenever we have the free time, like in our off weeks, is when we're like, okay, we can focus on merchandise, or we can focus on, special events because they're not playing baseball here. So we have more of that free time and freedom to post, not just obviously all Wood Ducks things, but not just baseball.
Right. And I think that's the beauty of, being able to interact with fans and things like that, right? Like it doesn't have to necessarily be the players or anything like that, but like, hey, just like, hey, listen, here's a funny video of the game staff doing something or anything along those lines. Okay, tell me one of the most unusual events that you've had in at the ballpark since you've been there, obviously.
Right. Nothing too crazy, really.
Mm-hmm.
We do the basics. You can bring your dog on Sundays, which people love to do that. We're doing one this year, actually. So during Black History Month, we posted a weekly post about different Black history in our community or baseball players from here. And one of them, his name's Carl Long. He was a huge part in the community. He was actually did our best on social media of any post I've done. So we're going to do a Carl Long Day out at the ballpark, and anyone named Carl is going to get a discounted ticket, and we're just going to, kind of commemorate him because the community loves him. He was a big baseball guy. So that's kind of something new and unique to Kinston.
That's awesome. Okay. So like, we're going to honor Carl, right? The baseball player and all that. And I was like, if your name is Carl, good, good for you. You get a discounted, a ticket at the gate.
Yeah, they're just going to have to show us, their ID or whatever, proving that their name is Carl, and they'll get a discounted ticket.
That's amazing. Love it. I think that's cool. I like it a lot. Okay. As far as the events that you do in between innings, like, is there anything different that you do? Any activities that are the most popular for you guys in Kingston?
The fan favorite for sure is those giant bubble suits people wear.
Yes.
So we have two of those, and they'll stand, across from each other. They'll say ready, set, go, and they just run directly into each other. And it's the best 2 out of 3, and you're just trying to knock the other one over.
That's amazing. I love watching that. I think it's so hilarious just watching these people like just fly off when they get against each other. It's just so cool. That's amazing. Okay, so tell me anything else that I haven't really asked about you or the team, just because I want to make sure that I'm portraying the team. Now, before the team was the Down East Wood Ducks, you guys were the Kinston Indians, right? Do you guys still play as that? Do you guys still sell merchandise for the Kinston Indians? How do you guys do that?
The first couple of years, I know they would play as the Indians on Thursdays, kind of like a throwback Thursday. Since then, we've kind of gone away from that and the name Indians in general. We do have a couple leftover like hats and stuff that are up for sale, but we don't really do as much with the Indians as they used to when the team started.
Gotcha. All right. And then you guys obviously participate in the Copa, event Copa de la Diversión, as I love the name, the Avocados. I think it's hilarious. By the way, my wife loves the name. When do you guys play as the Avocados?
So it's a 3 game stint in the middle of July. Will be the Avocados. It's just a weekend, all day, Saturday, Sunday. And we'll play as the Otters all 3 days.
Gotcha. Then you guys are also known as the Green Collard Greens. The collard is hilarious. Any other alternate identities that you guys are going to be doing coming up here this season?
No, those are our couple for this season. We've been in talks about potentially adding more or doing some specialty ones, but we haven't, decided any of that, and it wouldn't be for this season.
Gotcha. So it would be for upcoming seasons or in the future, just because of being able to get it through minor Major League Baseball and all of that fun stuff.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Let's talk. I'm going to ask you because obviously, as my collection is, how many options of dad hats do you have in your store?
Of dad hats specifically?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't care about those fitted ones. Those guys can have their own time. This is my podcast, so I'm going to ask what I want to know which is dad hats.
I think we have 3 different dad hats, I believe.
Awesome.
We have I know we have one that says Kinston on it. We have a collard greens one, and then we have one with one of our Wood Ducks logos on it.
Love it. I think I have the black one that says Woody's on it. I have that one. I have one with the actual logo of the Wood Duck. So I got to get an avocado one. Actually, you know what? I also had an one of the leftovers for the Kinston Indians one with the feather on it. So yeah, I have a couple of them just from your team. Gotta support, right? Okay. So right before I go into my famous, not so famous questions, I want to make sure that I've asked everything and anything possible that I have not asked about you or the team, anything that you want to relate, to fans and things like that.
I mean, really, where the Wood Ducks, follow us on all social media. Can never have too many fans. Let's
Absolutely.
go Wood Ducks on, all of our platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And, anyone local or not local that are looking to take a trip, we'd love to have, everyone out to our ballpark. It is kind of cool, actually. So Granger Stadium is where we play, and we're celebrating the 75th year of the stadium this year, since the first game was actually played. So we have a big 75th celebration. So that's something unique to us. We do have an old
Nice.
and historic ballpark.
I love it. How is it? Like, do you enjoy working in a ballpark that has history like that, or do you sometimes prefer like, I wish there was some, more renovations so in all the ballparks, working in a newer one? How do you like working in that ballpark?
Obviously it's nice to have, the newest technology, the greatest upgrades and renovations, but it is really neat to see and hear the history that the stadium does have, because there are so many new stadiums that don't have, someone won a state title here in the 50s or different things like that. And so we get to share that with the community and have that tie that these new stadiums don't get to have.
Now you do provide tours if if someone comes in and says, hey, can you guys give a tour? That's when you guys provide some of that information as far as historical information is concerned.
Yeah, we don't have like specific tours set up, but if someone reaches out as I'm interested, in touring your ballpark and learning more, then we're happy to have them come out and, teach them about the history and just be able to see the ballpark.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Are you ready, Maddie?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you some serious, very serious questions now. This is the most serious part of the whole interview. When you go to the ballpark as a fan, right? What is your food and drink of choice?
I mean, I'm a sucker for Dippin' Dots. I love a good Dippin' Dot, specifically cookie dough.
Cookie dough's delicious.
And I'm a big lemonade fan, frozen or just regular good old lemonade.
You know what? It's actually not bad. I like it. I like it. Now, do you have the Dipping Dots in an ice cream cup? I mean, you got to have it in an ice cream helmet, right?
We do have, they have it in a black helmet with our logo on it.
Beautiful. My friend Paul Caputo would be very happy. Okay. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation. I would love to just be able to go somewhere and just be able to pop there automatically and not have to drive or plan.
17 hours did that to you, didn't it?
Yep. I would love to just be able to pop in and out. It would be a lot easier.
You're like, I'm done with driving. This sucks. Okay. So speaking of teleportation, if you could travel to any place on Earth, where would you go?
I am a Harry Potter nerd, so I'd probably have to say Ireland and see where they filmed Harry Potter and Castle and all of that.
That would be cool. I am actually, my daughter and I, we are on book 4 right now of the audiobook of Harry Potter. So we've watched all of the movies ad nauseum, every single one of them. She has a Hermione dress. She has her wand. Let me tell you, it's Harry Potter. Just like Harry Potter threw up in my house. That's what happened.
I love it.
Okay. So you're about to be sent off to a deserted island, right? No choice. You got to go. What is the one item that you can take there?
I mean, I feel like the smart answer would be like water or something, but honestly, probably a friend, so I wouldn't be there by
So
myself.
you don't have to be by yourself. Like, no, you're coming. Sorry, you don't have a choice anymore. All right, here we go. Let's take a look here.
Yep.
What is the most interesting place you've ever been to?
So I studied abroad when I was in college, and I stayed in this town called Alicante, Spain, on the southern coast. And so
Nice.
I got to. It was really cool because you had the beach, obviously, and the mountains. So it was like the best of both worlds.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. All right, let me ask you this: we're it's summertime, right? We're about to be in the summer. Are you one of those that would eat pineapple on pizza?
I don't eat pineapple in general, let alone do I put it on my pizza.
It's like that is not coming near my pizza at all. Don't even bother.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. What was your first video game that you played?
It was on the PS2. This game called SSX3. And it
Wow.
was just a snowboarding game. And we
Nice.
actually during COVID pulled out the PS2 and started playing again.
During COVID, we pulled out our Nintendo Wii, which is God Almighty is so horrible when you play it on a HD TV because then it's so
hmm
bad. But we did the same. We pulled out the Nintendo Wii and we played golf and all of the fun games. All right, couple more here. What is the one thing that you would change about your daily routine?
I wish I could come into work later.
Like I don't want to be here early. I don't like that. Okay, so here's a baseball related one. Okay, what smells better, fresh cut grass or bread baking in the oven?
Ooh.
I know, right? Because it's a great smell.
I feel like I'd have to say fresh baked bread just because I mean I get to smell fresh cut grass all the time. We cut the field all the time. I'm around it. So to me that's just, a common smell, but I don't always get to get that fresh
You're like
baked bread
I'm over
smell.
it. I get that all the time. Bread is better at this point. Love it, love it. Man, thank you so much for doing this. This is a lot of fun. Where can people find you on social media? Do you have a social media or anything like that?
Yeah, so obviously I'm on LinkedIn too, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. And my handles are just my name, Maddie_Meehan. Super simple.
Hey, Brent Synergy. That's all I can that's all I heard. I heard Brent Synergy across the board. Love it. And then I'll make sure to put all of the information as far as the team, so that way they can go and visit the team, buy some merchandise, guys. This is where they make a lot of their money, and it's always good to support a minor league team. And then, of course, I'll put your information as well. All right,
Awesome.
Maddie.
I had a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, and you take care. Now, that was a fun conversation with Maddie. I want to thank her for coming on the podcast. And you guys got to make sure you guys go on the Down East Wood Dogs website, buy the merch. Buying merch, if you are somewhere that is not near the team, it is a way of supporting them. So make sure you guys buy a dad hat, obviously, because that's the best hat there is, a jersey, a t-shirt, anything. It goes a long way. So make sure you guys go out there and support the team. Follow them on social media, on TikTok, wherever they are. And of course, if you guys want to connect with Maddie, go on LinkedIn or Instagram. She is there. Okay. As for the announcement that I was talking about at the beginning of the episode, I get to do something pretty cool, guys. Okay, so check this out. This week, when this episode is going to be released on Friday, I am going to be flying from North Carolina to Denver, Colorado. Okay, from there, I'm going to go look at a couple of things. The Colorado Rockies, the baseball museum there, get to hang out with this guy that you guys know. He has a baseball by design podcast, Paul Caputo. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, him, right? And then him and Ranger Amy and myself, we're gonna get on. We're gonna drive from Colorado to Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, where we're going to be hanging out with the Let's Get To crew, Jim, right? We're going to have some fun there as well. And then after that, right? So that's Friday, I'm in Denver. Saturday, I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. And then Sunday, I go and I rent a car and I drive to Kansas City, right? Crazy, I know, right? I get to go and watch a baseball game at the Royals game with the Prophet Brothers. I know, right? Pretty cool, pretty average, as you guys already know. Follow their podcast as well. And then that night I fly home. Okay, so that's a lot that I'm doing. I'm gonna be taking video content. I'm gonna be putting it on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, so make sure you guys are following me on all of the socials. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of cool content that I'm going to be putting out there for you guys. So follow me as I go along with this little adventure of mine of 3 different states and 2 games and 3 different ballparks. That should be a lot of fun, right? All right, so now that's done, let's get to the joke of the episode, and here it is. What is story time called when you read to ducklings? DuckTales. All right, I see myself out. Until then, guys, keep on grinding and always support to minor leagues. See ya.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Ed Rivera of the Dad Hat Chronicles. Join me as I interview people just like you and players, coaches, GMs on the path that led you to become a fan of the sport.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean. And I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball. So get on the site and find a team near you today.
Learn more about Curved Brim Media at curvedbrimmedia.com.